remember when I made my Surf's Up video a little while back? Well, getting the necessary footage for that video required me purchasing a DVD of that totally real documentary about surfing penguins, as well as a DVD drive because my computer didn't have one built in. Said DVD drive also had this flower logo on it that I didn't notice when I bought it, thus enabling me to cover it up with this weird Superman tribal sticker I had lying around so as to protect what little semblance of masculinity still existed in my system. Once I had those two things, I still had to figure out how to convert the movie into an MP4 file that I could edit in a compatible video editor. Hoping to go the extraction route, I followed as many tutorials as I could, and yet all I was able to get was a version of the film that wasn't in English. Although come to think of it, I might have discovered the original dub of the film, as I established in my video they hired voice actors for English-speaking audiences. This is because the real Cody Maverick was from the South Pole. So to that one guy who commented the original audio was lost to time, today is your lucky day. That's right, I'm the Indiana Jones of surfing penguin movies. Still though, that wasn't gonna work for me, so as a last-ditch effort of getting the footage I needed, I said fuck it and let the film play while running a direct screen capture. It's probably the most unnecessarily inefficient method of getting movie footage, and it's one I continue to use for Sam and Max, Hoodwinked, and Shark Tale. Now why is all of this important? Because I need to get this video to 10 minutes somehow. For the sake of simplicity though, all you need to know is that I bought a DVD. And like most DVDs, it had a menu screen. And on this menu screen in particular, something in the corner happened to catch my eye. ChubbChubbs. What the hell is this? ChubbChubbs Save Christmas. I don't even know what the ChubbChubbs are yet. This Christmas shit seems kinda premature, doesn't it? Ah, whatever, let's just see what this has in store for us.
My wish is for a real home for me and my ChubbChubbs.
This is going to be the best Christmas ever!
We'll never be bad or greedy ever again!
Dark tiny fishes in a deep blue sea, singing joy to you and me.
Art. ChubbChubbs Save Christmas is a roughly 5-minute animated short from 2007. It was made by Sony, who haphazardly snuck it into one of the greatest documentaries of all time. It was directed by one Cody Cameron, who you might know as the voice of Pinocchio in the Shrek movies.
Quick, tell a lie.
What should I say? Say something crazy like I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
I'm wearing ladies' underwear. Are you?
Also that strawberry that shits itself. The short goes as follows. An alien named Meeper is flying around the galaxy searching for a home for these little creatures called ChubbChubbs. So far, he's been kicked off of every alien world he comes across. They show that with these Star Wars and E.T. references, but they reference Star Wars twice as if they couldn't think of any other sci-fi property to draw from. He sings the song Joy to the World by Three Dog Night for some reason, before picking up on an ad from Santa Claus saying he'll grant people's Christmas wish. Meeper thinks this may be him and the ChubbChubbs' big break, and thus flies to the North Pole to see Santa. Santa, meanwhile, is getting ready to make his Christmas deliveries, when suddenly...
This could be serious. I fractured my beard.
With Santa now out of commission, it's up to Meeper and the ChubbChubbs to save Christmas. They begin their journey by bringing a snowman to life before brutally murdering him. As we see them fly off, we cut to Greg Heffley, yeah, for real, hacking Santa's naughty and nice list. He also has this talking fly trapped in a jar. Kid, you seem a little too young for that. Meeper starts doing some routine Santa shit when we discover the ChubbChubbs are some kind of bloodthirsty gremlins that eviscerate everything in their path. Heffley hears them and snags himself one of the ChubbChubbs, who I guess had his hat glued on. He thinks it's a gift from Santa, but one SpongeBob reference later,
I can't find the coin slot! Here it is!
As Meeper flies away, he notices one of the ChubbChubbs missing, just before picking up a news broadcast from back at the house. After being attacked by the missing ChubbChubb, Heffley renounces his hacking ways. Back at the North Pole, Meeper apologizes for ruining Christmas by letting one of the ChubbChubbs loose. Lucky for him, Heffley's been ruining Christmas every year with his constant hacking, so he just put every future Christmas back on track. Santa rewards Meeper with a trailer home for him and the ChubbChubbs. But the ChubbChubbs being the ChubbChubbs, Meeper books it, even though that was pretty much his own property at that point. I don't think Santa's gonna chase him down for that, and he and the ChubbChubbs continue seeking a new place to call home. The short ends with him singing Joy to the World again, and again, I have no idea what the point of it is. That fly from earlier also joins in. Yeah, he made it on, I guess. So that's ChubbChubbs Save Christmas, and yep, that was a thing. A cheap, lightweight, and strange product in case you weren't satisfied with the actual movie you got. In which case, you and I aren't friends. It's definitely not good. The story's kind of all over the place even for a 5-minute short. The animation can be pretty cheap and in your face at times. And for the love of God, just look at the designs of these humans. Are we sure Meeper is the alien? Still though, it is just a short, and a very short one at that. I'm not going to go crazy over a below average animation that's only like 5 minutes. Well, I wasn't going to. But then I discovered something else. Remember how I joked about the ChubbChubbs Saving Christmas being kind of a premature watch experience? Well, that's because it is. ChubbChubbs Save Christmas is actually a sequel to another short from 2002, simply called the ChubbChubbs, made by an entirely different group of people apart from the two voices of Meeper and the little yellow guys. In fact, one of them is the writer this time around. This earlier short was apparently kind of a big deal when it came out, having won an Academy Award in 2003. In The ChubbChubbs, we follow Meeper once again, this time working as a janitor at a place called the Ale Inn. That's like calling some place on Earth the Hume Inn. We see that Meeper has dreams of being a singer as shown by him fawning over the stage. I guess this explains why he sung in the other short, although looking at it here it just feels kind of plopped in over there. Like, there's a point to him singing here, it's supposed to be this personal struggle or something. Feels like they just included it in the other short because they were like, well, he sung before, why not again? I mean, after all, we can't depict the beloved childhood icon, Meeper, if he doesn't sing. People would be in an uproar. During a daydream, Meeper spills water on this lady's microphone cord, so his boss throws him out. Another Star Wars reference crawls up, and while I was thinking they were just going to do a reference for reference sake, they actually managed to make a pretty decent joke out of it.
You, sir, must warn! Oh, for heaven's sake!
He warns Meeper that the ChubbChubbs are coming, before Meeper looks up to see an ominous cloud looming in the distance. He goes back to the alien to warn everybody of the impending danger. They throw him out again though because he assaulted a woman. He crashes in once more, but this other guy beats him to the punch. With the message now clear, everyone starts booking it. As Meeper tries getting away, he notices these small furry creatures on the ground. Now, of course, having gone through the other short, we know these are the ChubbChubbs and not that looming threat over the horizon. I feel like I just spoiled myself on ChubbChubb lore. It's like that time I was 10 or something when I discovered Avatar on Netflix. And not having seen the show on actual TV for years, I naively decided to put on the final episode for myself. Here I am again repeating my past mistakes. Although to be fair, that was Avatar and this is ChubbChubbs. So anyway, Meeper hides the real ChubbChubbs in a bucket just in time for what he thinks are the ChubbChubbs to arrive. He tries making peace with them by singing the song Why Can't We Be Friends by War, which, to his credit, does seem to sway one of them.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be... Oops.
Meeper, entranced by his performance, trips over the bucket, revealing the ChubbChubbs, who start attacking the attackers. The short ends with Meeper and the ChubbChubbs becoming friends, along with a post-credit scene of Meeper finally living his dreams as a singer, and the ChubbChubbs forcing the audience to submit to his will. So that's the original ChubbChubbs, and I must say, it is much better than the short that came after it. The animation isn't as cheap, the story is a lot more straightforward, and all these alien designs are a lot more pleasing to look at than what we eventually got for human characters. I still wouldn't say it's anything that great, but it's fine for what it is. Just a short, simple romp for anyone who happens to come by it. In comparison, the later film honestly feels kind of cheaper than when I watched it before. And that's coming from someone who already thought it was just a disposable add-on to begin with. But with that in mind though, why even make it? For the first short I get why, it was apparently to push Sony to make more 3D animation, so thank ChubbChubbs for Spider-Verse I guess. But why did it need a sequel? ChubbChubbs, not Spider-Verse. I know it won an Academy Award, but I don't remember anybody talking about it when Surf's Up came out. Was this really popular enough to revive? If so, why stick it in a DVD where people could so easily miss it? Why is it Christmas related? The DVD for Surf's Up didn't even come out in December. Well, I couldn't exactly find anything on why the Christmas short was made in the first place. I did, however, find this. The same year the original short won its award, there were apparently plans to turn the idea into a full-length animated feature as well as a TV series to accompany it. That's right, ChubbChubbs. This was going to be a franchise. In fact, they actually made some progress on it before it got canned. As to why they pulled the plug on it, I don't know, but it having been worked on does give me something to work from as to why this later short exists. What I think this might be is scrapped animation from the project that was reworked into a short. If the animation and Christmas theming is anything to go by as well, this probably would have been part of the TV show. Who knows, maybe this short was supposed to be longer than it was, which might be why it's so all over the place for just 5 minutes. Of course, I am only speculating. I think the only way I can know for sure is if by some miracle someone affiliated with it sees this video. Whether or not that happens though, I'm honestly just kind of dumbfounded that I ended up going down this rabbit hole. Something about this dumb little short film about a singing alien going on a Christmas adventure with his furry little minion prototypes just fascinated me. Funnily enough, if this were just some random animation I found on YouTube, I probably wouldn't have made this video. But it wasn't some random YouTube video. It was specifically put into the DVD for one of my favorite movies of all time. A movie whose video I made for it I consider the first real success on this channel. I just had to make this video. It was begging for it. It was like a sign or something. And let me tell you, I'm kind of obsessed with it now. If I ever find something like this on any of my other DVDs, I can guarantee you I'm going to make a video on it. Even if it's the most obscure, unheard of thing on the planet, I am giving it a video. So, hopefully you give enough of a shit to watch it. If you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe, leave a like, check out the channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care.